Congressman Mike Haridopolos is with us right now. Mike, this is literally the place to be. How are you feeling just here seeing this?
You can't help but be incredibly enthusiastic. It is a huge day for our country, of course, for our local community. As Artemis II is poised to take off in a little under 6 hours, and this is a culmination of an amazing team effort made by the folks at NASA. And as you know, the president created the Space Force, who's a big fan of NASA, and we are thrilled to see these 4 astronauts on their way to the moon for the first time since 1972.
How does it make you feel too? I mean, we're like shoulder to shoulder with all the media everywhere, but I mean, media from around the world, people from around the world, right here in Central Florida. How amazing is that?
Well, and you put it perfect. It is amazing. And this is where America, again, shows their leadership. We love the idea of exploration and, of course, advancing technology around the world and changing the dynamic. And this is where it all happens, where dreams are fulfilled. And this is just the start. Remember, we're going to be going around the moon, and in 2 years we'll be landing on the moon. And ultimately, in your lifetime and mine, we're going back to Mars.
That just feels like a sci-fi, like catchphrase, like, oh, we're going to Mars. But I mean, just talk about, this is not to just go to the moon, put our flag on the moon, walk around on the moon. This is to really stay on the moon and go further into space than we ever
more than 50.
Exactly. As you know, this mission is the first ever been from Earth, and as you put it perfectly, we're creating a moon colony. I mean, this is like sci-fi movie stuff when we were growing up. Amazing accomplishment in 1969, landing on the moon, but this is step 2. We have really set our sights high. We're going to make it where we're going to be launching rockets from the moon to go to Mars, and we're going to take advantage of the amazing things on the moon. We have something called helium-3, which allows us to create better nuclear power. We have water on the moon, so we have hydrogen to propel the future rockets. And it just shows when America puts its focus on something, we can accomplish anything. And this is a bipartisan deal. I happen to be a Republican. The Democrats are supportive of this measure. This is America first. This is the president fully embracing this, and we could not be more excited about tonight.
I think the 4 astronauts, they have done so well just representing the mission, but uniting the entire country. I mean, everyone is behind them. Everyone in the world is behind them.
Been,
so it's just very specific to really see this happening. Now, talk with us, too. You've been able to secure a lot of funding for our region, boosting jobs, seeing a lot of growth in our area. So what does this mean for the Space Coast?
Well, it's a huge win for our community. As you know, it's not just NASA. So many private companies. You and I toured SpaceX and Blue Origin, seeing all those amazing jobs being created. And it's not just college graduates. High school kids can get their certification, go right to work at these space centers. And this shows when you take a math class or a science class or an engineering class, you're getting a serious job and get to stay on the Space Coast and get those opportunities. And we fully funded NASA last year for 24 billion. But an additional $10 billion in July. We're going to win the space race for America and the world, because we know that the Chinese beat us. This race is going to be a very different place.
The astronauts
high
will be landing
gravity
on the
space,
moon
and
this
the
time. They're
president
going to
says it
travel
perfectly.
around the
If
moon
you
and
never went on
back to
Earth,
see if the spacecraft is ready to put humans back on the moon.
That it used to be if you control the seas, you control the world. Now it's if you control space, you control the world. So talk with us. Our goal is to beat China and ensure we are safe in space.
Well, you know your history. You're exactly right. The English controlled the sea lanes, and now we need to control space. When you control those satellites, that's the GPS technology necessary to win wars, to win battles, to defeat the enemy. And that's what we've done. When you see these SpaceX launches go off, or the Blue Origin launches, they're putting commercial satellites up there, but also military satellites, so we keep that high ground. And remember, we don't have the same values as the Chinese. We really have respect and love for life. We believe in protecting the environment. They don't show those values. And we want to make sure that we're working with other countries. Again, this is, think about it, right? There's 4 astronauts. One of them is a Canadian. So we're going to get along just fine with Canada long term. So I'm thrilled, and it just shows America is leading by
I don't have
example.
a news channel.
And again, I'm thrilled because everybody knew that, hey, when the space shuttle went away, what's going to happen next? Well, this is what's happening next. We have put our heart and soul into this, put the resources here, and now it's time to really celebrate what should be a wonderful day.
Okay, so let's talk about the crew. Is there any lasting words you want to say to them? They are, they sacrifice so much, all the training. Just what do you want to say to pride?
Well, look at the amazing work they put into being an astronaut. You talk about competitive job searches, right?
After launching, the crew will spend the first 24 hours orbiting Earth to make sure the spacecraft is good to go. Then the engines will fire and send them towards the moon.
And I love how we don't talk about making history. We show you how you make history, and it's happening right here on the Space Coast, Central Florida, the culmination of the effort done in Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, and across the country. But we are the place where you launch rockets, where dreams come true. And when you take a science class or a math class, this is what you've been working on to do well in the classroom, and those astronauts have proven it each and every day.
And you can get jobs right here on the Space Coast. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. This is interview number 14 that he's done. So the Congressman has an absolutely jam-packed, busy day. But really, this is the place to be. You guys, I don't think you can see it with this camera angle. I'm looking at tents, stages, cameras, tripods, cords, literally everywhere.
Exactly.
I've never seen the press site this busy. And this is because the world is watching. And a lot of the world is here right now. So Garrett, we are again crossing fingers, crossing toes. 80% go for liftoff. Countdown clock is still moving. 5 hours, 15 minutes, and 50 seconds. So Garrett, this is so exciting. We'll continue to be out here live as we lead up to the liftoff. See if they can.
All right, Fox 35.